Alvaro Bautista with Scott Redding for company. Xavi Forés and Loris Baz directly behind them on the circuit as well. Forés and Baz currently 11th and 12th places. Further back geographically on the circuit is Axel Bassani. He's going it alone, currently 10th fastest, but looking set to make major strides forward in his second stint. So watch out for Bassani. Watch out as well for Scott Redding, who very often has appeared to outperform the BMW in Superpole. BMW really have been struggling of late, and this weekend as a whole so far as well. But as I say, Redding has often been able to pull out lap times from nowhere in 2022. P5 earlier on in the season in Argentina 3 weeks ago, and that rather came against the grain of form. Redding moves up into P6 with a new personal best. Rinaldi then 7th with Ertl, and Forés a new personal best for him as well. Likewise, new personal best for Alvaro Bautista, which displaces Jonathan Rea down into 4th on the grid. Now Rea, who's had 11 consecutive front row starts to his name, run that started here in Mandalika this time last year with P2 on the grid, is up and running with his first flying lap of his final stint. Axel Bassani crosses the line for P5. Bassani hasn't had a result as good as that at any stage in 2022. Third row starter in 4 of the last 5 rounds, as I mentioned previously. Axel Bassani qualified 7th in both Catalonia and Argentina, 6th in Portugal, his best result of 2022, and he's 5th place here. That's pushed Xavi Vierque down into 6th place. Jonathan Rea just coming through the final sector, as is Alex Lowes directly behind him on track. Lowes down in 11th position at the moment. That's well out of position compared to what we know he's capable of in terms of Superpole performances. Jonathan Rea looking to maintain that unbroken run of front row starts in 2022. He's got just a fraction ahead of him Alvaro Bautista, 10th of a second to find versus Bautista. Alex Lowes will follow him to the line here. We'll see what Rea can do through the final sector. He has just about managed to pip Alvaro Bautista, and Alex Lowes has moved in front of Bautista as well. So the championship leader is pushed down into 5th place with 50 seconds on the clock. Razgatlioglu, Locatelli and Rea on the front row. Lowes, Bautista and Bassani row 2. Vierge, Garrett Gerloff with that new personal best goes 8th, and that pushes Scott Redding down to 9th. Michael van der Mark has found enough time to close that gap back to rather what it's been throughout this weekend to Scott Redding.
Yeah, 10th of a second between the two BMW riders. You can see Michael Ruben Rinaldi here in the 21 just trying to make his bit of progress as well from the 4th row of the grid. He should be able to move up into probably around about his teammate Bautista, and certainly in and around Axel Bassani there in 5th and 6th position. So good chance for Rinaldi to get onto the 2nd row. Yes,
Michael Ruben Rinaldi, who hasn't qualified on the front 2 rows of the grid since Most. And his average 7th position on the grid in 2022. Remember, he sits up in 4th in the championship, so there is still something for him to find in terms of consistency for single lap pace, and he will get one more lap because he's crossed the line just before the checkered flag, but that was only good enough for him to move into 8th position. So Michael Ruben Rinaldi moving up into 8th place, a 1 minute 33.138. Crossing the line, Philip Ertl not able to improve with his final effort. Riders who are out there and have got one more lap and are improving as things stand: Scott Redding and Xavi Forés, the men to watch in the latter stages here.
Yeah, and I think one of the worrying things for Bautista and for Rinaldi is that in the very short second sector, it's only 18.5 seconds long. For Bautista, he's given up 3 or 4 tenths of a second to top rack through there. For Rinaldi, it's about a half a second. So that's the area where the Ducati riders need to make that bit of progress.